Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inventanooga 2023. We are so glad that you have chosen to be here with us this afternoon. Coming up, groups from STEM School Chattanooga, Normal Park Museum Magnet Upper School, and Ooltewah High School will be presenting their solutions to a variety of global/community issues. There are three pitching categories: ideator, designer, and executive. Throughout the semester, groups of students work to identify a problem and invent a solution. They were tasked with creating a prototype, testing it, and then creating a business around their idea. And finally, presenting their pitch. These students have thought outside the box to find the best possible solution to their problem. Here today, we're going to be doing the executive groups. First, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Firstly, we'd like to thank the Gary W. Rollins College of Business. Without them, we wouldn't be here. So thank you very much. Next, we'd also like to thank Hamilton County Schools, STEM School Chattanooga, and the Global Center for Digital Innovation. Lastly, we'd like to give a huge thank you to the Public Education Fund and Top Flight. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this event possible. Now, before you are introduced to today's groups, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Benjamin Rodriguez Cruz. I go by Ben, and I'm a junior at STEM School Chattanooga, and your host for today's event. Next, I'd like to introduce our judges panel. Our first judge is Katie Hendricks. Can you please stand up? Awesome. Katie Hendricks is the Director of Community Engagement at Pathway Lending. Before her current role, she was the Chief of Staff at CoLab. Lastly, Katie is also the Vice Chair of Downside Up and the Secretary of the South Broad Redevelopment Group Board. Our second judge is Ariel Hayes. Thank you. Ariel Hayes is currently the principal of University High at Chattanooga. She has a Master's of Arts in Instructional Leadership at Tennessee Tech University. Ms. Hayes' community involvement has included, but not limited to, Vice Chair for Latino Professionals of Chattanooga, Vice President of Programs for the East Brainerd Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce Council, and Planning for Committee Member for Habitat of Humanity's Women Build Annual Funding Breakfast. Our third judge today is Walton Robinson. Walton Robinson is the Executive Director of the Hamilton County Chattanooga Apprenticeship Innovation Hub, where he works with companies of all sizes to create new and innovative technology apprenticeship programs. Walton previously served as the Executive Director of the Chattanooga Technology Council, where he worked closely with startups and entrepreneurs to grow their ideas into successful tech enterprises. Our fourth and final judge is Michael Stone. Thank you. Michael Stone is the Vice President of Innovative Learning for the Public Education Foundation and the co-founder of DevX, LLC, a national consulting agency. He joined PEF in 2016 after concluding an appointment as an Albert Einstein Distinguished Educator Fellow at the National Science Foundation. Michael Stone is currently writing his third book, Tangential Triumphs, The Power of Indirect Leadership Strategies, and is actively involved in his local church. We have an amazing panel of judges today, don't you think? Thank you so much to the judges for being here today. We also want to again thank all of you for taking the time out to come out today to support these students. One last thing before we get started, presenters, please be mindful to pass the mic when you're presenting for the live stream we have up there. Now, let's begin. First off, we have my good friend Grady Pitts, Joey Cleveland, and Weston Furr. Their idea, Down-Powered Dynamo, aims to amplify electricity generation in Chattanooga. Not to mention, also aims to have a really catchy name. Down-Powered Dynamo, take it away. Hi guys, so this is the clicker, just use this one. It's down.
Yours. Cool. Hi, I'm Grady, this is Rustin and Joey, and we are Down-Powered Dynamo.
So when we were conducting our research to find issues in power production industries, we realized that 67% of Americans find that a stronger priority should be placed on alternative power solutions such as solar or wind. When scaling those solutions down to a residential scale, oftentimes wind is very difficult to use because of its size restrictions and its location restrictions. And solar is extremely expensive, around $36,000 per house, and you have to do the time investment to install all of the electronics and get it to a working system. Then there's much misinformation spread about alternative power solutions, such as wind farms having such loud noise that residents that live 10 miles away couldn't sleep at night. And there are very few educational systems in place that dispel this misinformation, and they're very difficult to gain access to and very expensive to gain access to.
All right. That leads us to our problem statement, and that is, how might we increase the accessibility of at-home power production for the citizens of Chattanooga? So throughout our process, we followed three main priorities, and that was being accessible. We wanted this product to be available for everyone in the community. We wanted it to be educational. We wanted it to dispel that misinformation that he was talking about on that prior slide. And then we want it to be entry level. We want you to not have to have any prior knowledge to get into this product and be able to use it. And that leads us to the Dynamo. This is a simple, easy at-home installation into a pre-existing gutter system. It is a water turbine that generates power. Again, like I said, it installs into your pre-existing downspout gutter system and connects to a central battery system.
That leads us to our startup costs. So we plan on selling this at $15 market price. It costs about $10 to produce on our end, and that leaves us $5 to reinvest into our company. If we want to start up, it costs about $1,000 for basic materials as well as a new 3D printer. We can lower that price if we decide to outsource, but that would increase the price of our product.
So our average customer demographic is going to include anyone who wants to learn about at-home power production, because our installation kit's highly focused on education, and anyone who's willing to learn about at-home power production systems or any really solutions for power production.
Oh, wait, this is you.
So our competitors currently on the market is Power Spouts. So they produce high volume, high price, and high maintenance hydroelectric generators that require a creek or a river to install. Our other one is Bedouin. They're a pipe fitting company, and they sell a hydro pump that with enough DIY and back wiring you can make into a generator.
All right. So our minimum viable product for this project would be a simple 3D printed turbine that you can install, and just a very basic installation kit with the gutter sizing piece and hardware to fit the turbine in. All right. All right, thank you. Do you guys have any questions?
Oh, that's great.
Using rain to generate power. It's pretty genius. Thanks, guys.
Oh, you can stay up.
Oh,
Yeah?
questions?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. It was a great presentation. Thank you all so much. Can you tell me a little bit just of your background and how this became, how y'all were interested in this as a product and how you came to figure it
You want
out?
to start? Okay. What about you?
Well, I've always been interested in power production. My dad over there is a nuclear engineer. He used to work for TVA, now he's for the NRC. And I've always been interested about power production, always was curious about how it worked and anything I could do to learn about it.
Yeah, same thing here. We actually, the way we started our original group, how it formed, is we all the groups at the STEM school actually.
Make sure y'all are talking.
Oh yeah, all the groups at the STEM school, we got in front of posters that had the subjects that we were interested in and talked about what we were interested in, and that's how we formed our group of people. We all are interested in power production, especially like at-home power production, green power solutions. I think it's about the same for you.
Yeah, basically the same as them. Any questions?
What challenges do you anticipate, like a consumer installs this in their gutter system? What are immediate challenges you're going to have to help them overcome in the process? So thinking like how do they get power from the turbine into their home system? How do they store it? Any of those you consider?
So we plan on using lithium-ion batteries that are rechargeable in order to store the power, and we'd sell that with a kit that comes with the Dynamo. And then we eventually will start like a YouTube channel in order to help answer questions and consumers really easily through that platform.
Yeah, I got one. So we talked about dispelling misinformation in the community, and education is one of our main tenets that we work through, and that's where that YouTube channel comes in. It teaches you how to maintain that power production system, similar to a lower level of having, if you have solar panels on your roof, you have to perform maintenance on it. And so this is a way for people to learn with cheap $15 kit. We can have this kit go out to people, and they learn what that maintenance is going to look like on a more expensive level if they want to get into it.
And what type of, so you have this kit, how long does it last?
Our basic model is sold with the 3D printed filament, and so it's not gonna be permanent. Obviously, it's just 3D printed. We don't have a rough idea on how long that would last, but we also plan to sell a metal version of it that would last much longer.
Is your goal to, sorry, one last question. Is the goal of the product to empower customers, residents to produce some percentage of their own power they would use? Or I'm hearing a little bit of it's a gateway, they see the potential of home production.
Yes.
And then they would be more open to using other sources
Exactly.
like solar.
You wanna take that?
Yeah, so like they were talking about on the YouTube channel, there would be different parts of it that would include expanding upon an at-home power production system. And if you optimized it, you could definitely have the dynamo cut into your power bill a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Any idea how much?
We-
You look at utility bills and sort of make some educated guesses about how much money you'd save.
Well, we haven't really done much research into how much it could produce, but people, they can always optimize stuff, and they can always.
A lot of how much it produces is based off of your roof size, so how much water is being funneled through your downspouts, and then how many of them you have, because each house has at least 4, if not more, downspouts. So if you only have one installed, it's not going to be much, but if you have a larger number or you have larger roof sizes, it's a lot more water, so a lot more production.
So a ranch house with a long, flat roof.
Would be much better than like a
an
duplex or
A-frame
a small.
house with
Yes.
And the same thing applies to more rainy areas and drier areas. It will have more effect.
So we'd be good at your playground.
So we're thinking about, so people have to be a homeowner in order to kind of have this product. Have you thought about any people who need to decrease their power bill that are already economically disadvantaged, or maybe live in big, large apartment complexes, or anything like that?
Yeah, so the way our product works, it doesn't generate a ton of electricity. We can't market it as, it's not gonna cut your power bill in half. It's not that powerful. It's more of an introduction educational. So if you're renting a house, it's not very intrusive. You could talk to your landlord or some other solution like that. It's not a huge installation process to get one in, and it can be easily removed. And so that easily, you can use it, but the point is more education. The distillation of all that misinformation surrounding the subject is more what our product aims to do.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Alrighty, so for our second group, we have Sarah Bullis, Isaac Goins, Xander Robillard, and Connor Vinson here to pitch Caver's Guidebook, a service that allows for quick and accessible information about caves and safety equipment.
Hello, we are Caver's Guidebook, and we're here today to tell you about the caving community, some issues facing it, and our solution to those problems. I'm Sarah Bolus. This is Isaac Goins, Xander Robillard, and Connor Vinson.
It was 11 years ago that I had my first experience caving. You see, my dad has always been a very outdoorsy fellow, and shortly after I turned 7, he decided to introduce me to the world of caving. So he took me into a pit in the ground, and when I went into it, I felt fear. The darkness just all around me, it was petrifying. And when I got out, I had nightmares about it for years until last summer I went down to Kentucky and checked out some of the cool caves down there, like Mammoth Cave, Crystal Onyx Cave, and Lost River Cave down in Horse City. And I realized that these caves, while terrifying, are really beautiful. But sadly, the fears I had as a child were not unwarranted.
Just as Connor said, caving possesses many inherent dangers. A rock falling can cause a concussion. Bad pockets of air could cause suffocation. Flash floods can fill a cave in seconds, similar to the Tong Luong incident in 2018, where 12 students and a coach were trapped for several days inside a cave.
Through our research, we discovered that there are not ways to completely eliminate these dangers, but mitigate them through gear such as descending gear, caving helmets, and caving suits. However, upon discussing with a member of the National Speleological Society ways to further mitigate these dangers, we discovered the solution: knowledge.
This led to our problem statement, which is how might we make cave safety and conservation more accessible to new and inexperienced cavers. So our solution came in two parts. The first is a website that will serve as a launching platform for the caving community to grow and expand. And the second is a small pocketbook that you can take with you into a cave that will have emergency information that you might need while caving.
Our competitors include cavechat.org and the National Speleological Society's books like Caving Basics and On Rope. Cavechat.org is a discussion forum run by the NSS and has been running since 2005. However, it is horribly out of date. Many of its features are not working, and it does not look pleasing.
While these books are certainly helpful and contain most of the data needed, they're extremely expensive and they're not accessible to everyone, and alongside that, they can't be brought into a cave.
Our website looks upon the issues of cavechat.org and fixes them. It's much more visually pleasing, and it's more intuitive to use. It also has many more features, such as an information database, a forums board, a place for people to further their formal understanding of caving and cave safety, and a marketplace for people to buy and sell caving products.
Now, our booklet does fall short in terms of information density compared to our competitors. However, it was built with durability and portability in mind. This means that with a durable leather backing to avoid scratching, tearing, ripping, and waterproofed sewn paper, it can be taken into a cave without worry of it getting damaged or destroyed.
All right, so our nonprofit business plan is we'll first advertise through local outdoors magazines as well as through the local grottos. From there, people could go to the website and buy the booklet and have it shipped directly to their home.
Our website will make money through three means: advertisements, donations, and a $2 to $5 a month subscription that does things such as remove the ads, allow for moderation tools, and allow the user to post more.
The production cost for about 300 booklets is about $450. Assuming storage and we sell the booklets for about $10 each, we could make about $4,900 in profit in about 6 months.
With more funding and resources, we could ensure the durability of our booklet by performing cutting testing, rot testing, and more. We could also properly implement our reusable journal section for our notebook or booklet, so cavers can write directly in the booklet so any cool formations they found, and even draw them out, and have a QR code so they can scan it and it'll directly upload it to the website.
We are looking for about $2,000. $1,200 will be to keep our website up and running for the first year, and the remaining $800 will be to R&D and produce the first 300 units of our booklet.
Caver's Guidebook, providing the caving community with cave safety information affordably and effectively. Thank you.
Had you guys considered on the marketplace feature maybe taking a piece of every transaction, if you're enabling the transaction, as a way to generate revenue?
Well, the marketplace on our website is a place to buy and sell. We do not want to particularly take a cut, as that can very much hurt both the buyer in the sense that sellers might have to increase their prices, and on top of that, hurting sellers, because the point of the marketplace is really to encourage not just giant corporations that already make products and sell on like Amazon, but also smaller people who might make products. It can hurt their business as well. As our goal is more to help the caving community as opposed to just generate revenue. We would like to be self-sustainable as opposed to get money to the four of us.
Yeah, so how often do you think that you need to update? You mentioned kind of the cave chat was old.
All right, so our main plan of actually how to keep the data from the website updated is it's very user-driven. You see, users will upload data, and if, say, somebody were to put a lie up there, well, users could just report it, and we would just have to remove it. It's more of it will maintain itself in terms of the data, and in terms of generally just staying up to date with software, you could just check it every so often.
And then on top of that, the caving community is very tight-knit and very self-driven. So using that fact, it helps motivate self-moderation of both the forums and the information database.
Did you consider creating like the misuse of information, the sort of moderating of like a wiki style? In that same conversation, have you considered like an editor's choice kind of product review, those sorts of other features you might include that would add value, but also increase a little bit of workload for your team?
We haven't quite considered that, no, just because the point of it is not to be like, oh, this is us and this is our opinions. We really want it to be the people's website, the cavers' website.
And I wanted to add for the moderation, we hope to partner with the National Speleological Society just to make sure our caving, like, general information is up to date, and I guess, and they'll help with the moderation of our website as well. So that was something I wanted to add.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
That was pretty awesome. Makes me want to explore some caves. Okay, next up we have David Davenport, Dennis Tate from Ottawa High School, here to pitch their business idea, RoadFlow AI, a traffic and road safety device that incorporates AI. Here's the mic.
Hello, judges. Go down. We are RoadFlow AI, an all-new artificial intelligence to create road proposals and collect road data. So we all deal with traffic in our days, especially with phase 2 of the split. It's terrible. It's just not dealable. And so that's why we decided to come up with our solution. This is another example. This is the I-59 south to Birmingham. This has a 3-lane highway for almost 5 to 10 miles, and it's terrible. It causes so much traffic, especially with how many people are coming to and from Birmingham. These are roads that have been built by people already, and these were their solutions, but they haven't really been effective.
For our primary research, we went to military personnel, such as former chiefs, captains, and sergeants, to see if the government would use this product. For our secondary research, we went to Forbes magazine, where we found that Tennessee ranked 10th in crash fatalities, as well as average 6.5 hours of traffic congestion a day.
One huge problem that we have found within the U.S. is that over 92% of U.S. households own at least one car, causing huge daily problems within traffic. Our mission statement and our goal is to provide government agencies with a faster way to collect road data to end road improvement to make roads more efficient, faster, and help for more speed. For our prototype, we have shown our prototype within a picture and a video. This picture is an example of what someone may see after an AI has came up with a solution for any problems they have found on a road.
Use the mouse.
Within our video, we show an example of a road with high traffic. In this example, we see this open area where the AI has detected this through a camera lens, showing that there can be some fixes within the road. On one of these sides, it shows where the problem may be, whether the road has high traffic or there's just not enough room for cars to be shown. On the other side, it will show what improvements it suggests, whether it says to expand the road or to make any other improvements, as well as showing data on the bottom, whether it suggests where the road is going, how wide the road should be, or how long the road should be.
Our customer profile is a business-to-business and business-to-government entity. We design our product to help government bodies improve themselves with faster transportation and safer routes.
So some alternatives to our company are Waze, Google, and Vanderbilt. Currently, Waze is building an AI to already help their already existing map report system. Google is building an AI to help with lights in urban areas to make them faster. And Vanderbilt's AI is an in-house product that has very little information about, but we've found that they probably won't go to market with it because it's a college. But benefits that these companies don't have that our companies does have is our road proposals, our instant up-to-date road data, and our instant road crash and safety alerts. So cost and distribution. We distribute straight from our website to government agencies and any other businesses that are looking to partner with us. This is going to be an expensive product because this is the future. So for our cost, it's going to be around $100,000 just to build the AI, plus another $100,000 yearly to maintain. That's for servers, that's for labor, that's for consulting, all of that. And then another $80,000 to $100,000 yearly just in power consumption. And then our revenue, we feel like we could get upwards of $100,000 yearly from one business. We would have a subscription-based model, $80,000 per year, plus a $100 subscription for every hour, for every computer that is using our product for every hour. Thank you. We've been Roadflow AI. Let's help pave our way to the future.
Thank y'all so much. Great presentation. I was curious, can you walk me through, say I'm someone who has to drive the 24/75 split every day, which I do, and I'm thinking, how can this be better? Walk me through, do I contact you, or you already, kind of walk me through the flow from how someone sees a problem to how it's fixed.
So we already have the T-Dot camera system hooked up on all of our highways. They currently have a person and a software that goes through and collects all the data for them. This takes a lot of time for them because they have to go over it with a person. This takes up to 2 years just to collect the road data and to even come up with a proposal, not even to mention betting, because they sell to the lowest bidder who can do it at the lowest price. And this would just basically cut out that 2 years of planning for a road. This would help speed up the road data collection process, just overall make it a lot more efficient for them.
And you mentioned those 3 competitors. Is anyone else really doing this in the same way?
So currently AI is the Wild West. Everybody's looking to go in and get a market share. And so as of right now, no, nobody has anything similar to us. But in the future, maybe tomorrow, yes, very, very much so. Any other questions?
So you're working with thinking about the military and thinking about
Mm-hmm.
some of the government agencies, and we're thinking around AI. Was there any thought process around protecting the actual citizens and their data and their license plates numbers and their facial recognitions and things like that when using the AI system to do the road proposals?
Yes, that is something that's popped into my head a few times with coming up with this, of the negative effects of it. For us, we would not collect license plate numbers. We wouldn't collect facial IDs or anything like that. It would just be a number count for the cars on the road. Any other questions?
So, in your AI model, where do you get the training data from? Right? Do you purchase it? Do you use open source training data?
So we were going to train our AI ourselves, hooking it up straight to a camera system, because the T-Dot cameras are publicly available for everyone. We would hook it up to one of those cameras and get it running and just going until we like the results. Either that, or we would outsource it, pay somebody to do it for us. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That would be extremely helpful for traffic on Highway 153. Alrighty, let's do the next group. Next up, we have Ayanna Ware and Ali Smith and their idea to help homeless individuals and the needy to keep warm and safe with an inexpensive solution.
So this is my prototype.
Okay. Oh, great.
So you can untie it.
Okay.
Okay. Have you or anyone you know suffered from the freezing winter? Have you ever been so cold that your teeth chatter and your body shivers? Did you know that COVID-19 caused Chattanooga to see an 81% increase? In winter, being homeless gets incredibly hard from the temperature and the inability to get basic necessities. Our goal for our company is to help homeless people be warmer during the winter, and we are planning on making a solar-powered blanket to solve that problem. Okay, so the mission of our company is to help that problem. The mission of our company is to help the needy keep warm, safe, and not spend too much money. Our top competitors, companies selling and making heated blankets, stores like Target, Walmart, Home Depot, and similar stores all sell heated blankets. The reason our blanket is better fit for homeless people is because most of them do not have direct access to electricity. Our blanket has a solar panel on it that allows the user to charge the blanket without having to desperately find a charging outlet. But if the user can charge their blanket using electricity, then they can use the power cord near the solar panel. While our blanket was made for people struggling with homelessness, it can also be used by campers or people with low income who cannot get heating during hard times like winter. To improve our prototype in the future, we hope to use a softer, thicker, yet more compactable fabric and more wires to warm up the blanket faster. Our company will use direct selling because if we use big corporations like Walmart or Target, then it will not reach most homeless people. Now, some of our blankets will be sold in big corporations for people other than homeless people. In order to keep the cost of production low, we will use donations from the community, social media, fundraisers, and collaborate with organizations already working with homeless people. In order to get started, we are using $4,000 to cover a business license, technical expenses, starting materials, advertising, and gas. Since our business will use direct selling, we will be driving all throughout the city, going straight to our customer. Minimum wage is $7.25 in Chattanooga, so our workers will be paid $8 an hour. Overall, by supporting our company, you'll make a difference in our community and help hundreds of people. Any questions?
Yes. Could you talk us a little bit more through the actual blanket
yeah, I
with the
can show you
wires?
the
I wasn't sure how to. I didn't want to fully
We don't want to
unfold
unravel it. Yeah. And then
So you can do it like this, right? So this is the blanket, and as you can see, the solar panel right here, and then it can open up so you can see the wires. But if it was the real blanket, then you couldn't open it up and see the wires.
Sure. Yeah. Well, great presentation. Thank you so much. How long does it take to charge a typical blanket? So if you had a,
well, since it's directed towards like homeless people, it probably wouldn't cost much, like probably free for most, because it's and we'd use like donations and fundraisers like that to make money.
Are you a nonprofit?
Probably, yeah, nonprofit.
And then how long for the blanket does it take with the solar power to get warm for the night?
Typically just like 3 to 4 hours. Any other questions?
Have you considered a Tom's model where like everyone you sell at Walmart or Amazon and you are able to donate 1 or 2 to?
Yeah, I have thought about that before. Yeah. So.
That's great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's always important to reach out and help those in need. Great idea. Last but not least, we have Molly Senior, Harlan Goral, and Alex Cooper with a business that will create a new and fun way for students to experience gardening activities, more specifically, watering the garden. It's just down.
This one, wait. This one to go up and down and like go through the just next. Down this next one. Do you remember recess? The burning hot steel bars with the smell of mulch. Do you remember the smell? Do you remember playing the games of during recess, like tag and hide and seek? But you always get pulled away by teachers to do chores for your school.
We got the chance to speak with one of our teachers here at Normal Park who told us how their garden was dying because students were unable to water the garden by themselves and didn't want to because it was during their recess and not a very fun activity.
Through this, we're able to develop a product called Carden, which is a simple and easy way to have fun and teach kids simple learning and about watering.
Some of our competitors are PalmQ, Marlowe & Co., and Novasi. They make gardening fun and easy, but not reliable. Our product makes gardening reliable and fun. So our gardening tool makes it so that you could actually grow a garden and have it survive and live.
Our mission at Garden is to help students deserve a better way to learn and an easy way to learn about plants while also being entertaining, which leads to experience of actually learning about nature itself. This makes gardening for kids being helpful and for the students and the teachers at the school.
We plan to sell our products on websites like Amazon and other online companies so that in the gardening and toys section. This will help get our product out to more consumers quicker and make it easier to assemble it.
With that, we can also say it's easily adjustable and easy to set up. It's also adjustable from length and width and also height of the garden.
We plan to test our product at our lower school so that we can get that data back and decide what we need to improve on our product or anything that we need to add, basically. We plan to sell it to parents, kids, teachers, or schools so that their kids can have more fun during recess while still doing a chore-like activity.
The cost to create our product would be around $350, but with distribution of resources in combination with worker fees, ads, storage, and shipment, we would sell it for around $4.99. $4.99, which is a 10% profit and would get sent right back into the product called Carden.
We would need $8,000 to $10,000 for a startup so that we can get 30 prototypes and send them out to schools so that we can, again, use that data to decide what improvements need to be made. You might think it's a lot of money, but it is really worth it for the future generations' fun.
Thank you for your time. Oh, wait. No, that is it. Any questions of some sort?
That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you just talk us through exactly what it is and how does it work?
Oh, sorry. So,
And it's a rail system above the garden box. And this is the barrel of water that the kids can push across with these little handles. And the water will come out and water the garden.
so the scale is a 1/5 the scale. So we can't make it too big or they won't be able to push it. And we can't make it too small or it won't be efficient enough. So we decided to do a 1/5 scale.
Is the water captured? How's the water?
So the water is captured via it's another part of it that you put into the thing, these holes here, and it will set and it will lock in position. It will capture the rain from when it rains, because all rain in the area will get redirected from out of the box if, you don't, yeah. So,
So it stays outside.
yeah, stays outside. So all the water from the outside will get recollected into the barrel itself and redirected into here. So no water is wasted.
Are y'all thinking it would be a nonprofit? Or?
It would most likely be a nonprofit, just based on, because we want students to get another experience of learning about how to properly garden, properly garden their school gardens.
What's the licensing fee for this?
Licensing fee in Tennessee, depending on nonprofits organizations, can be $1,300 to $1,500, depending on with all the legal fees and everything.
I like that y'all factored in insurance. Cost, that's real.
It's real. Have you thought about future, adding more to the
Yeah,
kits?
we want to add more just in general.
Yeah.
So we would like to be able to expand this more outwards so it can collect even more water, and we want to have a storage system for the wheelbarrow itself.
We also hope to make more products that can, our business name is Carden, so it's kids and gardening. We want to make more products that make gardening easy and also reliable and fun for kids.
Awesome. Thank you all so much.
Great. Yeah. Thank y'all.
Thank you. I'm going to need myself one of those. My garden is as dry as the Sahara. So, yeah. I'm absolutely amazed at today's presentations. We have had projects that go from helping the needy to developing a service for cave enthusiasts. All of these ideas were pretty amazing, right? Can we give a round of applause for the groups that presented today? Thank you. And can we give a hand for our judges, Katie Hendricks, Ariel Hayes, Walton Robinson, and Michael Stone. Thank you so much for being today's judges. Now I'd like to open the floor to the audience to ask any questions you might have for projects. Any questions? No questions. Okay. Once again, thank you all for coming out and supporting these amazing students. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. We hope you've had a great time here with us today, and with that concludes our executive pitches. Yeah. So right now we have 10 minutes. Groups, if you want to ask any of the judges questions, or if judges, y'all have any other extra questions you'd like to ask the groups, they can have.